welcome to Nirvana Nearing, bringing you another episode of Short Story Long. This is episode 111. I figured I'd try to change it up a little bit. So
yeah, man, mix it up. Keep us on our
yeah,
toes.
I know, right? But
Hood red.
so, how's everyone's week going so far?
Yeah, man, it's going all right. It's going all right. A lot going on, but yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Thursday night.
Yeah, Joe sent me a Instagram video of him like cracking the code of how to
Dude. Tastes the same, dude.
how to make your own dill pickle flaming hot Cheetos. So,
Bro, so I had some inside information. McCormick makes Frito-Lay's spice, right? So I knew that going in. So I must confess, I had a
you had some insider traders information is what you're telling us?
Yes.
Okay.
But my niece is Joe, it's perfect. The dill pickle. It's perfect. I go, I know. I made
it. I invented it.
Right? I'm the new Chester Cheetah. Meow. Meow. Meow, man.
It's like you've seen the Flaming Hot Cheetos, dude, documentary, whatever on Disney.
It's a movie, bro.
Yeah, it's a movie. So, I mean, that's really like Joe's like cousin.
Produced by Eva Longoria, bro.
Mama. All right. So big shout out to our sponsors over at Cover Price. So make sure you're using the code Nirvana for Nirvana 14 for a 30-day unlimited membership for only 99 cents. And make sure to check out Bird City Comics. Check out their website. Sign up for a text line so you don't miss all their exclusive drops. Like they just had the Monsters #1 4th print cover that just dropped. I don't know if there are any left. I haven't checked, but I know I got the text alert while there was still a few left. You can use the code Nirvana for a 10% discount. I don't believe they were doing discount or coupons on this last pre-order, but feel free to use it for the rest of their store because they have some really cool stuff on their website. And I didn't highlight any comments because I haven't done a podcast in a couple weeks. So
Aaron's rusty, man. He's rusty.
I know I can't even pronounce the shows correctly. So sorry if I missed your comment and all that, but it's good to see everyone. And I think that's everyone. All right.
Lewis, Derek.
All right, we'll get into it. Episode 111, ones across the board. Yeah, listen, man. Normal rules apply. Just be smart about how you spend your money. Don't go spending stupid prices on comics. Go hunt for them. Yeah. It's the best way to do it. We'll just leave it at that. Cool. All right. So let's get into it. There's been a big week for Gwenpool, and we're going to rant here a little bit tonight. Before we get into that, I do want to give a huge shout out to Ji-Hung Lee for this awesome cover. This has all the proper Gwenpool energy you would ever want. You got her with her guns and her swords, looking mean. I really love this. Looking forward to grabbing this when it comes out in May. I do appreciate the thigh highs. She doesn't historically rock thigh highs, but he threw them in there for everybody to enjoy. This will be an open order and I think a 1 in 50 virgin variant. Nice. But yeah, this is he's one of my favorite artists. She's one of my favorite characters. So you put those two together and well.
Hey, this was Ben when he saw this cover. He's all like looking at her. What the fuck? You better not be playing Ji-Hung.
Yeah, so people are so worked up over this. I just want to talk about this for a minute, right?
Oh, wait, I have a question before we start this. Okay.
All right.
As soon as Marvel made those announcements for the new title and everything, how many messages flooded your inbox?
Did my shit blow up? Yeah.
Like asking.
Like it was your birthday, bro.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Because like when people started sharing the covers in like different group chats I'm in, like your name came up like more than once. I'm just saying.
I mean, whatever. So this is brilliant. Now, so can we go to the next cover before we get into what's going on here? Because people are losing their fucking minds. I need to point out a couple of things. Most people haven't really read Gwenpool, so they don't really understand like the meta aspect of it. She is like uber meta. And the big thing that people who've never read her assume is that one, she's Gwen Stacy, and B, she's tied to Deadpool. In the story, that's not her name is just Gwendolyn Poole. Like her costume is a coincidence because it was a mistake when she saw the name written down. They created that costume out of nowhere. But this character that they're coming out with, it's supposedly a resurrected Gwen Stacy, who is a Deadpool Weapon X variant. I'm telling you right now, this is a joke, right? So this character, so there's two Gwenpools. There's this new one who is a Gwen Stacy Deadpool, which is a fucking joke about the OG Gwenpool that we know and love, right? She's teaming up with Spider-Man to figure out who resurrected her, which I'm telling you right now, it's going to be Gwenpool herself when it's all said and done, because her entire shtick is, I need something to be relevant so people will read my comics. Like, that's the ongoing joke. So people losing their fucking minds that this is actually Gwen Stacy, it's kind of pathetic. I mean, I listened to like real hardcore fucking like comic people thinking that this is actually Gwen Stacy, and the whole thing is meant to be a meta joke. Derek, it sounds exhausting because, like I said, most people don't really get the character, and that's fine. Like, I don't think most people will. That's why she'll never really take off, because it's so goddamn meta that it's a little bit much. Now, people saying, well, Gwenpool versus Gwenpool, how interesting is that? Well, she fucking did that in her own comic. She fought her. The Dark Gwenpool was herself. So, like, all of this is a gigantic, like, meta play. Now, will it come off well? I don't fucking know. The dude writing it, Kevin Scott, he's really 50-50. He wrote all that High Republic bullshit, which was terrible. We'll give him a half pass on that because that really wasn't his idea. I mean, that was all being pushed to him from Disney and Star Wars.
Yeah. So, did he create the Rock Jedi? That's just
I don't know what I don't think he created any of that shit. I don't know, but I think he was basically just given like, this is where we're going. You write it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he was actually given any creative freedom there. I will say though, his series, Godfather from Hell, that's badass. Like, that's a violent, like, cool series, right? So he's hit or miss. Like, I don't know, it could go either way with this guy. He's not a fucking idiot to the same degree as like a Jeremy Whitley or that dumbass Marguerite Nijkamp who wrote Gwenpool recently. Like, those are the dumbest of the fucking dumbasses. And he's not at that level, but like, it could go either way. So I don't know if it comes off, but this whole notion that people are getting all fucking worked up that this is like they resurrected Gwen Stacy, do not appreciate what's going on. So
I mean, and then just even in that aspect itself, right? I mean, that's what her first cover was for that Deadpool Secret Wars, because it was all those mashup characters.
Yeah, it was a mashup. Then when they created her, like the whole point of the creation was to make sure that she wasn't, so Marvel could retain the rights for movies and things. Right. So yes, there was the mashup characters, but everybody who doesn't read the character, some of the people who know more about comics than anything, they believe that it's Gwen Stacy version of Deadpool, like Spider-Gwen is a Gwen Stacy version of Spider-Man. It's not the case, and that's what they're playing on here. So we'll see where the hell they go with it. But I'm telling you, like, everybody needs to take a deep breath because
wouldn't this also be like a stab at Fox too, with the Deadpool with the claws coming out of the hands? And
yeah, that's exactly what it is. If you read the description here, what the story is going to be is this version of Gwen Stacy was resurrected as Weapon X from the Deadpool program, right? So that's what it is, right? Yeah. Right. That's what. So if you can't see what the joke they're making out of the gate, then like I feel
it's probably not going to be a series for you anyways, right?
no, fucking no. And also it looks kind of like, look how violent this is. This is actually what like the Gwenpool books are supposed to be. So she teams up with Spider-Man. Spider-Man recruits Gwenpool to go hunt this version of Gwenpool down. I don't think it's the worst premise of all time. Will it come off? We'll have to wait and see. But like everybody needs to take a deep breath. Everybody needs to take a deep fucking breath because my God, man. When people are like, it's the end of Marvel Comics, burn the whole fucking thing down, like, holy shit, like.
And then I'm going to clip this part for you, so like anyone that didn't receive a message from you can like this message all at once. You know, if you didn't catch this episode, you know now Ben has it as a DM to send you. So
yeah, man. So I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, that's all I wanted to rant about. We'll see how the series goes. Whatever. It's going to be 5 issues. I mean, this is obviously a play. Why are they doing this? Like, people are like, where did this come from? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I mean, her character hit big in Fortnite, right? I mean, it caused a ton of buzz, and I'm sure that was the catalyst for them to do this story. But I don't know. We'll have to read it and find out. Starts in May, so.
Ben needs to eat his Snickers.
Remo, this book isn't out yet, so yeah, he just wanted to talk about the Gwenpool because his inbox is flooded with too many questions.
Yeah, man, I just like I've watched so many shows where the people are, hey, I wish Longshore was here to talk about this, and I'm like, God damn it, I wish I was, because I just think this is going over everybody's head, like in somewhat an embarrassing way. But I get it. Most people haven't read; they don't understand sort of how meta the whole goddamn thing is. But I think this could be entertaining. We'll see. We'll see. Fingers crossed. 50-50. Could go become a shit show, or it could be funny. But the fact that this is actually a resurrected version of Gwen Stacy, I would say, is a 0% chance. People need to chill the fuck out.
And then I'm guessing you're just happy there's a new writer too. So
yeah, right.
Oh, fucking A, man. Yeah, I mean, Kevin Scott is whatever. I mean, I would say like in the spectrum of like ridiculous writers for Marvel these days, he's just sort of up the middle. He can put out some good stuff. His High Republic stuff was boring as fuck, but I think that's because High Republic was just boring, basically. So we're not going to put that one on him necessarily. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes. It could be a big swing and a miss, but honestly, like the 90s vibe here, I don't know, man. I don't hate it. Let's not take ourselves too seriously all the time.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get on with the show. Got that off my freaking chest. All right. We'll talk.
See, don't you feel better, bro? This is what I do every week, man.
Man, get you that cigarette, man.
Bro, Akuta Matata, bro. Right? Ben, you feel rejuvenated now, bro.
I'm just, man, that shit's been weighing on me fucking all week. Anyways, all right.
Good for you.
I grabbed this book this week. Hey, heroes, thanks for the super chat, man. Much love. Yep.
Man, what a book. Damn.
All right. So I grabbed, for me, this is one of my favorite pulps. I mean, top 5 easily. I could argue this is my favorite pulp. This is Out of This World Adventures #2. This is a James Bama cover from Avon Publications, 1950. A 6.0 of this sold for $336 back in late last year, 2024. Only 12 of these on the census. 7.0 is the high grade. This was referenced in Seduction of the Innocent as a cover that was highly corruptive to the youth. Headlights and all of those terrible things. But I don't know what it is about this one, whether it's the colors or what, but this book has always been high on my list, and I pulled the trigger this week. I finally grabbed a copy of this one. So I had quite the week with the pulps, but not a bad looking cover. Not a bad looking cover. When I buy pulps, it's the spine that for me, like if I can't see all of the text, like I really like I won't buy it. But this is
I
a
wonder if
pretty,
you get it higher than a 7.0 because I know they have like a slightly different scale than comics.
I don't
Like,
think this is a 7.0. I think this is a 5 or a 6 maybe, but I've never submitted a pulp, so we're about to find out.
Submit it because you'll be surprised. I mean, because I know Josh is surprised every time he submits a pulp and gets it back.
Yeah, they're a little more forgiving.
Yeah,
But I mean, you can't really press these things, can you? I mean, Joe, have you ever done a pulp? Yeah, I mean, it just feels like, the pages, overlap. The cover overlaps the pages. It just feels like they're so like disjointed that.
Send it his way and he might rejuvenate it.
But yeah, this is like chef's kiss for me, this book.
Nice.
You know what that guy looks like? He looks like the Cosmic Adventures of He-Man.
Yeah,
bro. How's that helmet like stay on? Like, is that on his like body, dude? Like,
but
I just want to know how those helmets like provide oxygen. Like,
what I also want to get is like the dudes are often rocking the helmets and the girls are left to like hold their breath or something. I don't know, but like how are these girls like surviving without the helmet?
Well, the helmets aren't that attractive, so.
Well, maybe he's the one that's out of this world.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
all right. Another book I found this week in the wild of all places: future science fiction stories. This is from January of 1952 for Columbia Publications, a Milton Loros cover. So when I saw this, I'm like, 1952, underboob. Like, this book was really from the future, right? Because I don't think that was a thing in the 1950s. Correct me if, honestly, even the bare midriff. Like, I don't think any of that was like all that common in the 1950s. But the whole, like, this thing, I was like, all right, I got to grab this thing. Yeah, I went a little pulp crazy this week. Only 2 of these on the census, which really kind of caught me by surprise. Once again, a high grade of 7.0. But yeah, this is a beautiful cover. The copy I got was in really good shape for the most part. This was a shop that I go to all the time, and they don't really stock pulps, but they had a bunch of them, and pretty happy with the quality of this one. But yeah, man, I went a little pulp crazy this week.
Man, the colors on the book, Ben. I mean, they're vibrant, man.
Yeah.
Hold that up again. God damn! Look at the red, man. Jesus Christ.
That looks better than the scan you had.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I tried to find a better copy of it, but like this one is.
Yeah, you might as well have just scanned your own copy.
Yeah, man.
Does anybody want to describe what underboob means to Adam?
Oh, okay. So if a female is wearing a crop top and then her shirt goes like slightly over like mid boobs, and then you see a little bit of her under boob from the shirt.
It's under cleavage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of think like side boob, but for under boob.
Mama.
Mm-hmm. Make you wanna go like that.
All right, let's
all right, before we get into that discussion.
All right.
Damn.
This is another golden age trope, the girls in the glass tube. So this is actually considered a book, but it is a cover stapled, wrapped around, so it doesn't have like a spine to it. But this is Avon Fantasy Reader number 13 from Avon Publications in 1950. These are pretty tough to find, but this is a highly collectible niche, if you want to call it that. These were 7.5 by 5, so relatively small, certainly smaller than a comic or a pulp. But there's not a lot of information on these. But I saw this. I didn't buy this, but I saw this online, and I was like, all right, this is worth talking about.
Bro, he's pumping out these chicks, dude. That shit on his head, though, man. Is that like Doc Brown with that shit?
That's his tinfoil hat, man. I mean,
right?
He's got to protect his brain from like alien,
Bro, he went and got that. He goes, man, I can't believe this shit's working. I might as well try this shit.
Like, you hoes ain't controlling me.
She goes, thank you for letting me out of the glass tube. Don't bother with those other 3. They're bitches. I'm sorry.
Mike, more underboob discussions. Yeah, you know what? That actually wasn't the intention here, but you can draw that. You can draw that parallel, Mike. So maybe maybe there is a thread that ties this entire show together. We'll have to see.
All right, so let's see. How do I describe this to Blind Adam? Okay, so it's Avon Fantasy number 13. You have a scientist kid standing on the far left wearing a tinfoil hat, and then you have 3 blonde ladies in tubes that are I don't know, cryogenically frozen or something.
Yeah, kind of like LeBron, dude.
Oh, or Fifth Element, right? They're like
good call.
Like in a tube, and then like the garments they're wearing is kind of similar to that, where it's just like white see-through cloth, and then one of these chicks is grabbing that guy's face. I don't know.
First appearance of the Fifth Element right here, bro.
Yeah, Lilu type get up.
Oh, she's doing a comic signing with like Greg Horn.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, she's getting, the actress is getting a Tidal Wave book, and Greg Horn's doing a cover, and then he's doing a signing with her. So
wow, that's cool, man.
And then because I think she also did something with what game was that? Resident Evil.
All right.
Yeah. So it's
Very
something
cool.
that yeah. All
right. Here's another just classic pulp cover. Startling Stories, Volume 20, Number 3. This is an Earl Berge cover. Better Publications, 1950. 36 of these on the census, 9.8s, and high grades an 8.0. This is one of the famous robot covers from the 50s, and this is just masterfully done.
All right, I got the perfect description for Blind Adam. All right, so you have C-3PO Silver that's bulked up on steroids, holding Princess Leia as a human meat shield, like Slave Leia as a human meat shield while he's shooting an X-ray gun.
Listen, man, that sums it up perfectly. This was a famous cover. A very, very highly sought after pulp. Carter and I were talking the other day, and you've got this thing. No shit.
I thought you knew.
No, when did you snag that?
It's like years ago.
Oh, no shit.
I saw this. I immediately fell in love.
He's like Snatch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see,
what?
This is literally the first pulp I ever bought. No. Second to first.
But you were ahead of all these modern collectors, like collecting pulps, like years ago.
I mean, the thing with the pulps are like they are stunning, and like I said, Card and I were talking the other day, and it feels like you think about some of like the golden. We look back 10 years ago, like why weren't we buying these? Like, were we just being stupid not buying these books? It feels like some of the pulps are kind of in that category right now, where you can find these books less than $100, and there's just some absolute bangers out there. But this book, was homaged famously by the next slide. Vampirella number 68. I don't know if people remember this, but an Enric Torres cover from Warren in 1978. 36 of these on the census, 2 9.8s. But yeah, famously homage. This is a collectible cover, a collectible Vampy cover.
Blind Adam, same cover as before, but instead of Slave Leia, you have Vampirella.
Sums it up perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have this one, but now I really need to track it down.
Liger says that robot gets around.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he does.
Why not? Why not?
Yep.
All right. All right, Carter, you want to take this one? This is from we covered this on Hot Box Alert.
Yes. Okay, so this is from last Sunday's Hot Book Alert Live, and I came across a sale for this. It was that 9.8 for $250, which most likely is a deal. So this is Star Trek, the Next Generation, the Last Generation, number 1. I believe this is a 1 in 25 variant by J.K. Woodward. And
the funny thing was I could not find to verify if it was one. I saw it referenced as a 1 in 10.
Mm-hmm.
All it says on it is RI, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah, like limited variant or something like that.
In the description it says limited variant, like under My Comic Shop, but on the cover it just says retailer incentive. It has the RI, and so it's some incentive, but I couldn't actually find exactly what that was. So. Because I think we did talk about it as a 1 in 25 on the show on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, it is a X-Men 141 homage cover, and now this is the type of book that I'm typically don't buy Star Trek comics, right? But for whatever reason, I still look through them, and this is the type of book that if I had ever seen it, I definitely would have bought it. And this is a book I've never seen. This thing came out, I want to say like 2000. You can tell by the old IDW logo that this is like early 2000.
Yeah.
I'm like probably around
2008,
2010 or something like that.
I'm asking my brother if he has this right now because he has a bunch of 141 homages as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I got to imagine this thing, because like 250 for a 9.8, and most likely that was a buy it now.
Yeah.
So like if this had went to auction, I'm pretty sure this would have gone for a lot more, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean you can't even find pictures of this out there.
Yeah. Hardly any pictures, hardly actually no other sales, nothing else is available,
So first to market.
Yeah,
bro,
man,
it's an homage to, what is it, 141?
Mm-hmm.
But you got Professor X on the cover, bro.
Oh God. Oh yes. Damn it.
Bang, bang,
Damn.
bang, bang.
How meta is that? And if you got him to sign it,
bang, bang.
I'm like, that connection just like went right over my head, and now
Bro. And I don't charge you guys, bro.
My brother is into comics and you never have him on. What the heck? Yeah. So my brother and I, like, he was the one that got me back into comics. He started showing me some graphic novels that I hadn't read, which was like The Killing Joke, V for Vendetta, Watchmen. And then that just kind of opened Pandora's box for me to get back into comics because I collected when I was a kid. And then so I went really deep into it. And then he started backing off and getting more into Magic, and now he doesn't collect comics anymore. But I still like keep his habit alive by giving him 141 homages when I find them. So
well, when you find this one, you can give it to him, make his day. So
right. So I was but I mean, to go back on the topic though of Star Trek variants, I do like a lot of Star Trek variants because they just like, they're money. because there's not a lot of people ordering these books,
Right.
like
Yeah,
B
for sure.
covers or like even the low 1 in 10 incentives from IDW. But for whatever reason, people don't order them, and then there's a high demand for them all the time. For a window, I would say.
I can see them repurposing this art.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah.
I don't know though, but I mean, who knows what's gonna happen with IDW? Because with the whole diamond thing, that's just like collapsing their whole.
They're
market.
in deep shit. They're in deep shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I still technically hold shares of IDW, and I'm looking to sell it as soon as I can, because I have quite a few. I have 1,000 shares. But I mean, I didn't. They were less than $1 a share. So
yeah, I mean, they need someone to step in and
see. That's what I'm also thinking is like, do I just hold it and see what happens? Because what if they do restructure and then all of a sudden that stock
you got to
becomes
be careful.
like,
I mean, if they restructure, if they go bankrupt and they restructure, they'll wipe out the equity. Your equity will become worthless, and it'll go to the debt holders. So you got to be careful with that. But
yeah, so that's why I'm thinking. Like, at what point do I sell? And I missed my opportunity sometime last week, where I would have like almost got close to breaking even of how much I put into it, and then now I'm stuck at like I'll get at least half my money back. So I'm like kind of like, where do I settle?
yeah, they just need some better leadership and better direction. So
what issue is this? Do y'all know?
Oh, sorry. Is
number
it
one? Number one?
Yeah, I think it's number one.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right.
Oh wow.
This book doesn't show up that often. This must have been a qualifier. I couldn't.
Where the fuck are these books coming from, bro? Never
All
seen
New
this.
Guardians of the Galaxy #1, obviously by the legendary Scotty Young. 9.8 of this book sold way back in 2017. Only 14 of these on the census. 8 and 9.8. 8 of these on the census are signature series, but this is just one of those Scotty Young books that doesn't really pop its head up very often.
And those 8 copies for signature series are all Drew's copies from One at Comics. Dude, I didn't know Scotty Young did a Invader Zim homage.
Yeah, these were usually qualifiers back in the day, and this is sort of in the fatigue period of Scotty Young baby variants where people have kind of had enough. Yeah, this one's pretty scarce. Worth grabbing it if you see it. One that could definitely be found, I think, in variant boxes.
Real quick, Three Rivers. So at the beginning of our show, we cover two of the Gwen books that are coming up. So it's like from like 5 minutes to probably like 12 minutes is the Ben talking about Gwenpool.
Yeah, I ranted hard. I fucking just whatever. I'm sort of like, people are losing their minds, but go back and take a look at it. We get into it pretty good.
I'm gonna clip it and hopefully do something with it. So.
All right, let's keep the show rolling. All right, this is Carter.
Okay, so this is Solo #6. This is one of those like mid 2000s covers. This is not a variant. What was that?
The Darwin Cook. I believe I got one that says just Darwin Cook. I can't remember the art though.
Yeah, because it's like I have no clue what this series is about. I see it all the time. I remember like when I was like got back into collecting comics, like I'd see this title and I was like, I don't know what this is. But this cover is, I don't know, it's just like a well rendered cover.
It's an artist showcase.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And this is the one that's always missing. Like if you see like this series in back issue bins or something, this issue #6 is always gone.
Mm-hmm.
what I want to say about this? It's just like it's always missing, but it's a cheap book though. You know what I'm saying? It's like a cover price book to where you can just kind of like, if you do come across it, you know, you can probably pick through like high grade copies if
Yeah, I mean,
you feel
I
like
think
it.
on eBay it does, but honestly, when I see these at shops, but like it will be on the wall, and they'll be asking $20 for this thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mama.
All right. This is a submission by a fan of the channel on IG, W Willow W52. This is a John K. Snyder III 1 in 25 variant. It's a chromium cover. You can see that foil and that chromium sort of in the balls below, and in the IDW logo
Blue
above.
balls.
This is a real tough book to find, man. This book's no joke. One copy on the census, and like no whiff of this thing.
So it
anywhere.
does exist. At least there's one on the census, and we know it exists.
It does exist.
Chromium in the balls.
Right.
I almost used this as the thumbnail, like for the other side. And I was like, can I get away with a cover having balls like written on it just because it's an art cover? But yeah,
Yeah,
I love Duke Nukem. I love this IP. So
yeah,
it doesn't surprise me that this is a ghost book especially if it's a 1 in 25. I mean, I don't even know what year this book came out.
Oh man, I should have put it. This was in
98.
early 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did it come with a free pack of bubblegum?
I don't know, but there's no sign of this book out there anywhere. So
I could have swore I talked about this on Hot Book Alert Live.
did we cover this? I don't remember. I've missed a couple of shows, but I don't remember.
I could have swore.
Oh, DeVoe is saying we covered a sale for this a couple months ago, and I do think it was a pretty large sale.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, Matt, at all that this would go for.
The game was 95-ish. Probably.
Yeah, that's why I thought this book was like 98, 1998.
I mean, a 1 in 25 in 95 would be like groundbreaking. I'll tell you what it is. Just give me 1 second.
So, what was everyone's favorite line in the video game of Duke Nukem?
Oh, I don't remember. I barely remember the game.
Oh, it's much later than that. 2011.
What?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, no way. Duke Nukem 3D. The comic.
The comic. Yeah, I'm not talking about.
Yeah. I was like, that video game was like.
This comic came out in 2011. Sorry.
This was.
Yeah, you could tell with the IDW.
Yeah, it was like with Windows 95. So. Yeah. All right. Anyways.
All right, Carter, you want to take this one?
Yeah. So this is another book we talked about on Hot Book Alert Live. Shamelessly plugging. So this is Tales of Leonardo, Blind Sight number 3. Very unassuming book, right? But this book goes for roughly 100. This is a mini series. I believe it's like 1 through 4. And this is probably the harder to find of those 4. And I believe like a complete set might go for about 200.
I think we were doing the market report and a complete set sold the other day.
Okay.
Yeah, I was seeing them go for like 250 for the whole set of these things. So and this was all Jim Lawson did the entire thing on this. Cover, story, the whole shebang.
I never even heard of Jim Lawson.
I can describe his art really easily. It's like Kevin Eastman on acid.
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting.
That's the only thing I could just think of when I saw this cover. I'm like, this is hideous, but like it also looks like a turtle, but like kind of not really. So,
Bro,
like,
the horse, dude, is all.
There's more detail in the horse's face than there is in the turtle's face.
Yeah,
right.
Like, all right, cool.
This is like how John Royal is a like imitates J. Scott Campbell.
Yeah, Lawson is a imitates Eastman.
You're right.
I mean, I get it. It's Mirage and all that. So, but yeah. Anyways, you ever see Eastman on weed? That was a good line, Derek. Yeah.
Well done. Well done. All right. We could have talked about any Futurama comic, to be honest with you, but I don't know. This one's fun. But honestly, these are all probably worth grabbing. Like, so this is number 63 from 2012. Obviously, Matt Groening did the cover. You know, the print runs on these books were really small and they were heavily read. And they all have sort of that golden age retro vibe to them, or most of them have that vibe to them. You know, this book probably goes for comfortably $20, probably more. And, you know, this is the kind of thing that you can find relatively cheaply from, you know, people just moving collections and stuff. But yeah, you know, I don't know what it is about this one. It's just sort of has a good representation of a modern remake of a golden age book, but all these Futuramas are, you know, I'd say worth grabbing if you're digging and find them cheap.
I never ever see Futurama books in back issues, and if I do randomly see Futurama books, they're not in the F section. They're literally in the Simpsons section of books.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes you find these like just like in the miscellaneous like kids boxes and stuff. Like these things will show up in weird places when you're digging.
Or I've been to one shop where they literally have instead of like a row of just bongo books, like, so it's all mixed in together. I mean, like, it's usually pretty organized by title, but it's all in like that one section.
Yeah. I mean, if you're finding these things at cover price and they're in reasonably good shape, they're probably like no-brainers to grab them, any of them.
So James
Kreider is saying all those later Futurama books bring $25 to $50 based on cover art. And
yeah, I was being conservative with those prices. I mean, like, you know, these books, they get listed for a lot.
Yeah, I imagine they're pretty low print ordered, where they don't even show up on, like, during the time periods like Comic-Con reports. All right.
Yeah, definitely worth grabbing those. All right, Carter, you want to take the lead on this one, man?
Yeah. Comic book artist number 17 from Tomorrow's Publishing, and this is an Art Adams cover. It looks like he's basically looks like a art retrospective in like a collage or
Gumby, bro.
Yeah. It's just like a hodgepodge of like all the characters that made him famous.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, when I think of Art Adams, like this is the kind of like work that I think of. Like he's evolved his style in the modern age, but like growing up, like a lot of characters on one page, like coming at you, like that is kind of what I thought of with Art Adams, and this is beautiful, man. I need to grab it. I need to find this.
I know. This is a book I never like. Just trying to find comic book artist magazine is tough in and of itself, but something like this, oh shit.
Yeah, you know that it's loaded with goodies in there, man. It's cool.
And these comic book artists, I'm trying to remember, these are the ones that were two-sided. Or is that the
Ugh.
alter egos? I always confuse the two of
I
them.
know, yeah,
Where they have two different covers.
yeah, like
I
flip
mean,
covers, yeah.
that would sound more appropriate with the Alter Egos title.
Maybe it was the alter ego ones. I'm confused.
Yeah,
I
but I
always see
mean,
them together.
but I mean, that's just me guessing. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Crider knows. Alter Ego had the faucet back covers.
I had an alter ego here. It had Galactus on the cover. I don't know what
Yeah, I mean, do I have any comic book artists with me right here? Hold on.
And Adam, if you're still listening, the comic book artist number 17, Art Adams cover, it's basically a collage of a bunch of different Marvel characters. And is that DC as well?
It looks
Or-
like some of his like.
Well, I see
I
Gumby.
forget what I forget what title of that is. I think that might be I think like a character from the Tom Strong series.
I mean, I see like Gumby at the feet of like Wolverine and the
Yeah.
Thing and
Long shot on
the
there.
long shot on the corner. Wait, is that?
Yeah. So the alter egos are the double-sided ones. One and then boom.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, because that makes more sense with the title
Yeah.
of Alter Ego, where you have
And there appears to be Art Adams' head in the glass.
Oh yeah. There he is. Yeah, I missed that.
and his
Staring right at them titties.
yeah, with his eyes pointing in one direction.
All right. So listen, when I was looking at this book, I believe Cover Price covered this book tonight, and it was like the book that they had on like their promotional slide for the video, which we also had. That was mere coincidence. I know people are going to accuse us of all sorts of bullshit, but like,
But what are you talking about? DeVoe explicitly sent me a message that say, Aaron, you're going to make sure you put this on your thumbnail tonight. It's not because you're Something Is Killing the Children fan at all, and that you now want this book because you found out that there's apparently a staff holiday book that you have to have in your collection.
What I will say is I was reading about this book on Cover Price, so great site. If you guys aren't using it, you're missing out. This is not a book that you can really pump because I don't think there's any out there.
I know, right? Pump it up for my own, like paying out of pocket, like
yeah. I'm sure DeVoe had a ton more detail on his show tonight about this book. So if you want to know the nitty gritty about it, go listen to the Shaker Show if you're not already. It's fantastic. But this was effectively a giveaway to staff during the holidays, and a Raw sold recently for $1,200. Matt's saying here, Boom told him that there were less than 150 copies. So that makes sense.
All right, I know what I'm doing when I'm on LinkedIn tomorrow.
You know what this book reminds me of? There's a sketch variant for Ultimate Fallout 4 that was only available to the people involved in the book.
Yes, that's another book that actually DeVoe has talked about.
I didn't know we were talking about that.
Yeah, that there's not even a picture of it, but yes, that does allegedly exist, and I think.
Okay, so it was listed as a buy it now for $1,200, and it actually sold for $900.
Sold for $900. All right.
That's good to know because that was closer to what my willingness to pay for Something Is Killing the Children book is at.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that sketch Ultimate Fallout 4, I don't even think there's been a photograph of it. But Matt, let me put words in your mouth. But I think we've talked about this. Is trying to get a picture of it. I think he knows someone who has one.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, but don't let me put words in your mouth, man. If I'm either misquoting you or remembering that incorrectly.
He's gonna state in the chat like, "Oh,
he's not going to comment." He's like, "I cannot."
I don't recall or anything that you're saying. Yeah. Insert lawyer jargon here. Allegedly. So there we go. We'll protect ourselves by just saying allegedly.
I was thinking about something that's killing the children. It's a great series, but can you imagine trying to collect all the covers between the store exclusives? I mean, I don't think you could do it.
Forget about it.
I gave up I gave up when issue 16 came out.
I mean, there's
like I'm being serious. Like that's exactly when I gave up. I mean, I did order a handful of the exclusive covers that came out, and it got to a point where I was like, this is too ridiculous. I was like, I'm not even gonna try anymore. And then, I was still buying the single covers, but not all the variants. And then like I was picking up sparingly, like 1 in 25s when I could.
It's crazy. And then just the number of like one-offs that we come across that are just like something like this, or
like the Comics Pro variant.
Yeah, some promotional thing from out of nowhere. Like you can't do it. Like you could devote your entire collecting to this and not do it. I don't think. Like all you do is collect this, and you couldn't get them all. So maybe somebody's going to put them all together at some point. We'll see.
It feels like an endless well.
Well,
just trying to collect number one.
Well, okay. I would say once you get like some of the biggest Ghost books, like something like the ALA version, the Comics Pro, the Call variant, the issue number 6, Frizzen 1 in 25, I would say, or 1 in 20, whatever it really is. Like I would say if you have like those main books, then like everything else is kind of like a cakewalk, unless like some random
there's a few others out there that are a little trickier, but it's not even just that. It's a cakewalk. It's just the volume. You know what I mean? Like,
right. I mean, yeah, that's why I was saying like issue 16, when there was like at least like 50 covers that came out for that issue or whatever. So I mean, and then it wasn't. I don't think there was any in Something Is Killing the Children, but I know in House of Slaughter they had that 1 in 1,000 Del Auto variant cover.
Yeah,
right. I mean, I'm not saying that that's super rare or anything like that, because
what was the zero? There was another zero that we covered last week or the week before that was super tough to get. Like it was
the Opinia cover.
Yeah,
and so. I found out more about that it was like if you were ordering from issues 35 to 40 and getting all the meeting certain order requirements, then you could get the Opinia cover.
Yeah, I mean that's.
And then, but there was something like where it was only like a couple hundred stores that qualified for it or something like that.
Yeah, I mean the retailers are going to be just ghosts, but anyways,
you go through all that collecting just of number one, just for the cover A to be a $300 book.
I have all of the printings for issue 1 now. Like I have 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th print. I think in 9/8 as well.
Damn. I think 4th is my favorite. That's one where she's like in the mouth of the beast, like with her leg up, like with her sword. I think that's probably my favorite, to be honest with you. But
I do really like 6, the 6th print one. That one's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a great book.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep this going before we lose the audience. All right. I just threw this on here because this is not a book you see every day. We've talked about Generation Hope in the past. The 1 in 75 for issue number 1 is a real ghost. I think Carter and I both ended up pulling the trigger on 9/6s of those. Don't let me put words in your mouth, Carter, but I think we both ended up with 9/6s of that.
Of the number 1 Georgievic.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't find a better copy, so I went with that. This is a Dale Keown 1 in 15. a 9.8 sold for this like a decade ago, which is kind of funny to say. Only 2 of these are the Census, both in 9.8. Just not a book you see every day. Nothing that I would go pay crazy money for. But I do like the scarcity of this one. Have you ever seen it, Carter?
No. No, because this seems like right up my alley. And it's a Dale Keown, so like to me he's a top artist. So
yeah, I mean he holds a soft spot in the hearts of all of us 90s collectors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just expecting to see Old Man Logan be on the backside of the cover,
right?
Just because of the color scheme. But
yeah, I can see it.
Damn.
All right. This is from our friend of the show, E-Man Tony Smokes. This is Amazing Fantasy number 16. Just one away. No.
That's a good call. That's a great cover, man.
Yeah. So this is the first Lucio Perillo cover in the U.S. He did some work outside the U.S. But
get out of here. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, these are. So he did 4 or 5 on this at the tail end of this run, and there are newsies for these, so those are even super hard to find, but these are always worth grabbing because they're so freaking rare. But 5 on the Census, 15 on the Census, only 5 in 9.8. I found a bunch of these, not a bunch, like 3 or 4 over the years, and they're always beat to shit for some reason. They're always like ticked to hell.
Is this the same run as Amadeus' show?
Yes, it's the issue before this one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I know they had the year before they had an Amazing Fantasy run as well, where just reprinting the original Amazing Fantasy.
They did an Amazing Fantasy run. I don't know if it was before this, where it was basically Amazing Fantasy 16, but it was like following up on Amazing Fan, as though like they were picking up the story from that point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Yeah, because the year before I have issue 15, which is a homage, or I mean, where I think it's a reprint of Amazing Fantasy 15 with different cover art.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So this. Yeah, I mean Perillo, he's been killing it, as is his wife. But
hey, he's been killing his wife.
I hope not. I hope yeah.
Mama.
But yeah, grab these from the dollar bins if you find them. I have found them there. I think I found all of mine in dollar bins. So.
Nice,
but they sell for a little bit, so
allegedly.
All right, this one is for Joe.
Dude, I saw this and I go fuck, because I 1 and 2 I have, and this 3 I go I'll pick it up. I've never picked it up.
3 is the hardest one. It must have been short printed relative to the others. You can sometimes see it in sets, but it's just not out there. So this is Danger Girl, the Dangerous Collection number 3. This is obviously J. Scott Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
A mere 6 of these on the Census, but yeah, these are definitely worth grabbing. I found one the other day.
Oh, Ben, come on!
I found one the other day. So.
Claim.
he rubbing it in.
What I can't verify are there newsies on this. This says direct.
Oh
I'm just wondering, are there newsies for this? If anybody knows, let me know. I'd love to know that. But
we're gonna have to talk, brother.
Joe, if you really want it, bro, I'll send it to you, man. I love you, man. If you really want it, you can have it.
Oh yeah, I'd rather trade for it. What do you need, bro?
Yeah, man, it's all good.
It
all comes out of the wash, man. If you really want it, you can have it. But yeah, I did find it the other day, and I never see it. Like I've got the other 2, and
You're coming home, Mama. You're coming home.
Joe's like, my set is now complete.
Yeah, but the cool thing is that it's wraparound, right? So she's lying there, and then like the back is, you can't really see it, but her legs wrap around the back there, So
Yeah.
I like when the legs wrap around the back.
All right.
Anyways.
All right. This is Splitting Image number 1. This is the back cover. This for me is a little bit of a slept on Todd McFarlane cover. Now, if you remember, this series had 4 different back covers. It was like McFarlane and Wildcats and a few others. But so whatever the print run on this, you got to divide it by 4. So a quarter of the run. What I find most interesting there are newsies for this. So definitely keep an eye open for those. But you can't tell what's what until you flip it over.
Wow.
Oh. That's how that works.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we've talked about it.
Yeah, I still don't think I've ever found one of these.
I found the newsie
nice
a little while ago. I was like blown away. I was first saying, okay, when I was flipping over, let this be Spawn. And then I was thinking, and if it's a new, and I was like, it's a Spawn new. I'm like, holy shit. I took it. Like, when you're checking out, like, most of these guys, like, they don't know what's what. Like, oh, fucking Splitting Image. Like, you want to pay me $1 for this? All right, I'll take your money.
Sold. And then after you pay him, it's like, and this is why you buy this cover and take them out of the bags and boards.
Yeah, if they even bothered to bag and board them, that's the problem with this run. Like, nobody took it seriously when it came out. So it was just.
Can I get that clear backboard for this?
So this is a newsstand. So where's the UPC?
It is on the left.
Would it be on the front though, or is it?
No, it's on the back. It's on the back.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool.
Where's my copy? I've got. I don't know what the fuck I did with my. I would show it. It's on the back. The UPC is on the Spawn side.
That's kind of cool. Okay. So it looks like a newsstand Spawn 1.
Yeah.
Nice. So you could put that next to your 9.8 newsstand Spawn 1. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Luis has a 9.8 on this, but it's the direct version.
Just throw it in the trash then, Luis. Throw it in the no, I'm just joking.
You can just send it to us, or send it to us so we can give it away on the channel. That's what you could do. Just saying.
Regardless, it had a lower print run than Spawn number 1. There's no question about that. I don't think they sold 2 million copies of Splitting Image. So
I run into these all the time. I don't know what you're talking about. Just as common as Spawn 1s.
All right, final cover, sort of. Captain America 101. This was a Dave Stevens sketch.
Wow.
So this was never actually produced as a cover, but it was from his sketchbook in 2004. And just look how cool how cool would that be to be an actual cover?
Damn.
Oh, that was sick.
Wow.
I mean, Marvel should reach out to Marvel should reach out to the family and just say, listen, let's do this and just take care of them. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. It would sell like crazy, I think.
Marvel would go, we'll give you $200.
In 0% of the
couple of tickets to Brave New World. Front row.
2004. Simpler times back then.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when I was a senior in high school, and then missed those days with iPods, right?
Yeah, this like I said, this was never actually produced for anything that you could you could buy in terms of a cover, but like this would hit. This would hit if this was produced.
Dang, look at Luis. He's talking about his Splitting Image number 1 is a newsstand. He just checked.
Oh damn! Congrats, man. Well then. Man.
Yeah, I mean, definitely trash. So you can just send it to us. Still.
Yeah, nobody wants these newsstands.
Yeah, I mean, who collects newsstands? You want that direct version, right?
Yeah, you don't want the barcode.
Barcode.
It's
barcode
covered.
is money.
It's covering up part of the image. You don't have this full splitting image now.
It's funny, man. Growing up, I bought off the newsstand a lot because I didn't have that many comic stores near me.
Right.
And then my buddy who also collected, everything he got was at the comic store. So like he always had Spider-Man, and I had the fucking barcode, and I honestly it irked the shit out of me. Like, just seeing that, like, God damn it, like not knowing that, 30 years later, the barcodes will be the ones that are that
worth
people
more
want.
money. Yeah. Does your
all
buddy
right,
still collect comics?
I think that's all we got for the show tonight. Hey, listen, I want to apologize for my rant to start the show.
Heck no, that was great.
Had a fucking nerve, and so.
P.S. If you sent him DMs and he didn't respond, watch the first 15 minutes of this episode, and you'll catch up to see why.
Yeah.
Bro, let me do it. It'll go viral, bro.
Yeah, you clip it up.
Yeah, let me clip it up, dude. I'll throw Gwenpool. She's jumping around.
And then the audience is saying, "Never apologize, Ben. You do you.
Do what you do."
I'm just not joking, man. I'm after
dude. Like tears were coming out when like Ben was like, "It's about time. Let's go."
All right. But big shout out
Pump
to
me
our
up,
sponsors over at Cover Price. So make sure, and thank you, Devo, for jumping in the chat and saying some pretty cool words. So, but use the code Nirvana14 for a 30-day unlimited membership for only 99 cents. And then you can also use the code over at Bird City Comics, Nirvana, for a 10% discount. So thank you so much for joining Short Story Long. This was episode 1111 of
this was the Gwenpool episode.
Nirvana Nearing. Anyways,
111 will be known as the Gwenpool episode.
Nice.
Yeah, listen to Mike. Everybody buy Gwenpool #1. And we'll see where it goes.
Bro,
like
what Ben is saying,
bro, this is bad, dude, man.
He's saying that if you have a connection to a retailer, make sure to order 50 copies so you get that 150 and all the other incentives too as well. Because it'll just shoot up in money.
I'd be curious if any retailers do an incentive for that book. I would imagine at least one would.
I mean, they still have time to decide. And then at the same time, like you're hitting the summertime with all those different cons that start off the summer, right? So it wouldn't surprise me to see, because what you said, May, so
mid-May, yeah, it comes out like May 14th or
bro. Something. Get Jeff to call to do it, bro.
So
I guarantee one of the covers is gonna be an homage of the death of Gwen Stacy, and Spider-Man is holding Gwenpool.
Oh
yeah.
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see a Bacalo cover.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, and then hot book alert this week.
Yes, this Sunday.
Nice. And then Joe, I believe we're doing a hot 10 tomorrow night for the House of Stein. I know Stein has been busy with work, and then I had other commitments as well, so I should have buy the dip list for tomorrow night, or I might reuse one that didn't get used. We'll see. And then I will try to make it onto. Oh no, wait! I can't make it Saturday night to Modern Comic Mayhem. My band is playing that night, so
yeah, I think I'm taking Saturday off.
Do it from stage, just like in betwyn songs. You can pop in and
say what's up, and then
hey guys, I'm in between sets. What are we talking about?
Hey, this is me in the green room, like Brian Smoke Sesh, like it never stopped here.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, y'all have a great weekend. So we will catch you next time. But make sure you're liked and subscribed to the channel so you don't miss all the other great content. And yeah, stay safe out there. Do it with the groupies around you. We'll see.